Hello again, this time we're looking at typography in Saddle, and this should be a short one. Once you clone a Saddle project, you will be greeted by this page over here. And at the top of this page, we have the base settings and we start with the headings. This is one of the most important things we define, and it's also something that you will define once and probably never touch again. And that's why it's also a little bit tedious. The process here is that you have to select the H1 tag. So over here, I will select the all H1 headings, and this styles the H1 tag. I have added these styling properties, and then we will go to the H1 and basically apply the same properties. And this is just so that the H1 tags and the H1 class align with each other. And then we can have like an H2 tag with any other class that we want, but we want to also be able to just throw in an H2 tag and have the correct styling by default. So this will take some time, but it sets us up so that we can move faster later on. This might become easier later on with variables, but for now it just seems like there's just too many values to use variables. Maybe if they make responsive variables, we'll see. But for now, we have everything within the styles page. Once you're done with all these headings, you can scroll down to the text, and we will do a similar thing here, but this time we have no specific tag to style here. We are actually styling just the class until we get to the paragraph and the base. The base should be your main text size, and we set this on the body and on paragraphs and on this class called text base in case you want to change any headings into this size. So as I have this class selected, if I go over here and check the inheriting to selectors and I select the paragraphs, you will see that it has the same styling. And then if I go to body all pages, it still has the same size. If you scroll down here, we also have a paragraph, which is also styled the same way. Once you're done with these texts, you can scroll down to the rich text, and this is just in case you want to use some global rich text class and you want the elements inside of it to look nice by default. We also have some code in the global code component that remove the margin on the top and bottom of the first and last element inside the rich text, so you don't have to worry about the top margin of the first element pushing everything down too much. Let's continue scrolling down and we will find the other HTML tags. We have the block quotes, the link, the unordered lists, the ordered lists, and also the list items. I wouldn't recommend adding a text size to these except the block quote, which is the only one that we can't really place text inside of it. So usually what you would do is you add a link block, and inside the link block, you add a text block, and this has one of our text size classes. Same thing applies for the ordered lists. And so you don't need to add a specific text size to these elements specifically. After we're done with this, you can scroll down to the utilities in the text. And here we will see some utility classes that we can use. These are for the colors, and you can of course always duplicate this SG element and add your own utility classes. Maybe you want some things to always be yellow or whatever other colors you have. And then we can also scroll a bit down and we'll see that we have some font utilities. The ones we provide by default are sans and serif. You don't necessarily have to use this. You will see that even in our case, we don't really have a serif font. This is just what the fallback was. But maybe you want a mono font, so you can change this to font mono, and you will see here that we actually have a mono font that we can use, and this way you can customize Saddle to whatever your project needs. Further down, we just have some text alignment utilities and then some decoration, and there's not really much else to see. It's now time to finally put everything together and build something. So make sure to watch the next video to see how we can build some stuff using Saddle.